Let's welcome back to the show the ranking member of Senate Judiciary. It's a pleasure having you on, Senator Chuck Grassley. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. We're grateful.
Thank you.
What did you think of Christopher Wray's performance today?
Well, you can't help but like him as an individual. And I think I would judge the fact that I've laid out all these facts that you've had, that you just had, and I've been on Fox News other times about it. I laid these all out, and I haven't had anybody in the FBI, or I haven't had anybody on the Democratic side of the aisle challenge me on those facts. So those facts are laid out, and I think they show that Christopher Wray's got a very big problem at the FBI, and I think that he knows that, and he ought to do something about it, because you ought to have confidence in the FBI, everybody in the country, and there's a credibility problem, and we can't have power and party determine who's going to be investigated.
You know, if it's like the FBI was politicized, right? That's what it feels like, and the FBI went hard after Trump, but then it feels like there's a cover-up of Hunter's financial activity overseas and business deals. Right? And you found possible criminal issues there, a potential counterintelligence component. What does that mean? Does that mean China or people in Russia were wiretapping the Biden family's phone calls with the foreign business deals they were doing overseas to selling access to Joe Biden and the government?
I think that I have given enough evidence over the last year to show that there's reasonable concern. Do I have enough evidence to say absolutely that China has something on the United States that can hurt the United States national security in dealing with China? I can't say that, but it does raise legitimate questions. When Hunter Biden, the son of the President of the United States, does business with energy business people in China, and those same business people pay him $5 million and then several stipends of $100,000, and they got connections to the Communist Party and to the military, it raises legitimate questions whether or not our national security might be compromised. But I can't prove that. But it does lead to real concern on my part and a lot of other people's part.
So, you know, Senator, how did it affect Joe Biden's foreign policy? I mean, Hunter was working on oil and energy deals reportedly between China, Mexico, and potentially Kazakhstan, all three of those countries coming together. He's flying on Air Force 2 when Joe Biden was vice president to China and Mexico and Russia with Secret Service protection, doing major deals with big China energy conglomerates, powerful players in China's Belt and Road push. How did this affect Biden's foreign policy?
Well, does it really affect it? Yeah, I think it raises concerns that your question and my question are very legitimate questions. We don't have a firm answer to that. I hope maybe people in the Justice Department or the U.S. Attorney's Office in Delaware has that answer. We raise these questions. We have given ample evidence that there is partisan consideration on what investigations open and what to close. I can't prove it to you, but it tends to go more than just China.
What disturbs you most?
I think what offends me most is, number one, the President of the United States saying so many times that he never discussed the President's or his son's business with him. I think that we've got ample evidence now that that was a lie. The second thing bothers me is that we have people at the top of our government that are raising these questions that could be affecting the national security of the United States.
Senator Grassley, thanks for joining us. It's a pleasure having you on. Have a good evening.
Thank you.